Some houses are more than walls and roofs. They breathe, they whisper, they remember. And once you enter, you may never leave the same. Welcome to Hidden Chapters. The House of Forgotten Voices. Emma never believed in ghosts. She believed in silence. And after losing everything, silence was all she wanted. That's why she chose the old house on the edge of town. Its walls were cracked by time, its windows clouded with dust, and its halls smelled of forgotten years. But it was empty, and Emma needed empty. For 2 nights, she slept in peace. The 3rd night was different. Lying in the dark, she heard it, a faint murmur, like the sigh of wind against broken glass. But then it became clearer. It wasn't the wind, it was a voice. It spoke her name. Emma! Her breath froze in her chest. The sound didn't come from outside, it came from inside the walls. The hidden letter. Emma couldn't sleep. Each whisper dragged her deeper into dread. By day, the house looked harmless, just wood, stone, and peeling paint. But by night, the walls breathed. On the 4th night, she searched the bedroom floor, her fingers brushing over uneven planks. One was loose. Heart racing, she pried it open and found a folded piece of paper, yellow with age. The handwriting was rushed, frantic. "They're still here. Don't listen too long." Before she could process the words, the whisper returned. Soft, steady, undeniable. This time it didn't only call her name. It repeated the warning, word for word. Emma dropped the letter in shock. The house wasn't just whispering, it was remembering. The Forgotten Voices. Emma began listening against her own fear. The voices grew bolder. Some nights they murmured in sorrow. Other nights, they screamed in rage. One evening, she climbed into the attic. The air was thick, heavy, like stepping into someone else's grief. She opened an old trunk and found photographs. Men, women, even children. Families who once lived there. Their eyes, captured in black and white, seemed to stare back at her. Downstairs, the whispers rose. She froze. The voices, they were the same as in the photographs. Emma's hands shook as she realized the truth. Every soul this house had consumed was still here, trapped in its walls. And now they had found her. The warning. The whispers no longer hid in shadows. They roared. The walls shook with their fury. Emma pressed her hands to her ears, but the voices pierced through. Leave before midnight. Leave before midnight. She stumbled into the hall, her candle flickering wildly. Then, as suddenly as it began, silence. But the silence was worse. On the floor, carved deep into the wood, she saw new words that hadn't been there yesterday. Join us, or vanish like the rest. Emma's heart pounded. The air smelled of iron, of smoke. The house wasn't just warning her, it was giving her a choice. The final choice. The clock struck midnight. Emma stood by the door, key in hand. Her escape was just one step away, but the air was alive with whispers, swirling around her like a storm. Stay, stay, stay. Her pulse hammered in her chest. If she left, she would survive. But if she stayed, she would uncover the truth that no one else had ever lived to tell. Her fingers trembled on the doorknob. She took a deep breath, turned toward the shadows, and whispered back, "Show me." The house groaned. The whispers fell silent, and for the first time, Emma felt it. Not fear, not sorrow, but the weight of hundreds of eyes watching, waiting. The truth was about to reveal itself, and Emma was no longer a guest. She was part of the house,